to the Josh Johnson Show. This is Josh Johnson, joined by my co-host, fellow stand-up comedian Logan Nielsen. Logan, how you doing, buddy?
I'm doing all right, man. How are you?
I'm doing okay. You know, it's this feels like weird to say. I didn't know this until this year, but
was that your throat? I'm so sorry.
What?
I think that was your throat. It just went right into the mic.
Maybe. I didn't feel anything.
It was jarring to hear.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, my bad.
No, you're good. You're good.
Well, yeah, this sounds weird to say, but July 4th is also my dog Rocky's birthday. And
okay.
Rocky, I can send you a video. Rocky is 19.
He's 19. You were saying he was old.
Yeah.
Because this is the dog that that's in Atlanta with your mom, right?
Yeah, baby boy is 19 years old.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's old.
It's so old that no one feels bad for me when I tell people that he's like on his last.
Right.
No one like I tell people and no one is like, oh, I'm so sorry. Like I tell them that he's almost 20 and they're just like, damn. Like no one.
That's the reaction, because it's like, because even when you told me, because I was like, how old is Rocky? And you're like, he's about 20. And I was like, Jesus. Like to me, it's not like it doesn't matter that he's, not doing great or whatever. It's more just like, damn, good for him. That's a hell of a run for a little dog, Like,
yeah. No,
20 is rare in dog.
Yeah. My mom gave him some carrots and ground turkey for his birthday. And he doesn't see as well anymore, so he has to just go for it with his eyes. And the way he lunged at the bowl was like, it was like he was a puppy again. That was like the most alive he had been the whole weekend. He was like, what is that? Oh. No, he was wilding.
Well, good for him.
Did you have a good 4th of July?
I mean, I didn't do anything. I was just kind of here. So, yeah, that's kind of my preferred way.
Okay.
To spend the 4th of July.
I'll tell you right now. The thing that I've been thinking about for this episode for quite a while is all 4th of July themed, because to me, it's where a lot of it's where a lot of America's extremes converge,
Oh yeah.
There's a lot of blowing stuff up. There's a lot of cooking. There's a lot of
arguing about the country.
Yeah, there's just a lot of like buck wildness that all converges on July 4th in a way that we try to avoid on Thanksgiving.
I think you're right there, because especially too there, this year in particular, I've seen it the last few years, but there's always people just being like, you know what, not celebrating this year, America and its decisions, and like totally understand that. But then people arguing about it, and I'm like, right there though, you're participating in the most American thing, which is having a petty argument online.
Yeah.
Incredibly American. You are truly celebrating your country by riling up strangers.
One of my favorites was this is like a few years ago, because so I'm friends with a couple of people in Alexandria still that like do like EMT work, and I think he's like, one of them's a volunteer firefighter, but I think he used to be an EMT and everything. And some of these people would come into the restaurant and stuff and like chat and everything. So there was one where, remember when frying turkeys was just getting big?
Yes.
Okay.
For the 4th of July?
I mean, this person just needed an excuse, I guess. But
that's, I'm like, I know you mentioned Thanksgiving. We're not shifting to Thanksgiving, are we?
We're not at all.
This is a 4th of July story.
This dude this dude took it upon himself to have, the American classic of a fried turkey. You know what I'm talking about?
I want to get sleepy and watch fireworks.
Yeah.
That's what I want to do. Let's handle explosives while we're full of turkey.
It's actually the best way to celebrate, because then you get yourself real nice and sleepy off the turkey, and then the fireworks wake you up, and you're just in a terrible state of limbo for the entire evening.
Yeah, just vacillating between dozing and startled.
Yeah, it's like taking cold medicine and then drinking a shot of espresso. You're like, I don't know how to feel right now, and none of it feels good. There was okay. I'm sorry, I'm digressing here, but this is a quick thing. There was a kid when I was growing up who swears that that one 4th of July he was shooting the Roman candles. And did you know you're actually not supposed to hold Roman candles?
Yeah, you're not. Yeah. I think you're by rule not really supposed to hold any fireworks, but
I'm not gonna lie. If I don't hold it, how am I gonna use it? Because now it's just a stick on the ground that's on fire shooting at people's feet.
Right.
They don't give you a stand.
That's what a lot of other fireworks are too. But yeah.
Yeah. They just don't give you a stand, but then they say don't hold it. It's like, well, then don't use it.
I think the don't hold it is one of those things they just have to put on it. It's like the warning label on cigarettes. They still want you to buy them.
Oh, okay.
Hey, get the Roman candles. Like, yeah, of course you're going to aim them at each other. That's the fun. Run around with it in your hand. But, wink, wink, don't do it.
Okay, I see. That makes sense then. Because this kid swears that when he was growing up, he was shooting off Roman candles, and one went into his uncle's mouth.
Should have not taken a drink there.
And it he was like it shot right into, because he had shot a bunch of them around, but then when he turned, just the angle of his hand and his uncle talking just went right into his mouth, which made me wonder what Roman candle is then. Is it a little ball, or like what's the thing that's burning up with color?
I mean, that'd be like the various gunpowders or whatever.
So then he just had gunpowder in his mouth.
Probably. I mean, I think that's what's in Roman candles. But
okay. Because this is the
and
thing.
Ever since then, Uncle Steve could no longer taste sweet.
I have no proof that this happened, but when that kid's uncle came to pick him up one time, and he just was like waving bye at us because we were sitting there talking to him. When that happened, I did see him smile, and he did have a dead tooth. So I mean, maybe it's true. Maybe a Roman candle hit him right in the tooth.
But it's potentially related.
And murdered it.
Or he pulled up to pick him up, and he's just drinking. You can see it's a piping hot cup of coffee just steaming, and he's just slamming it.
Yeah.
Because man can't feel nothing anymore.
Imagine if that's your superpower. Just not really having feeling in your mouth.
Oh God.
Yeah.
I don't know if that'd really be a superpower. It would be just it'd be a fun fact about you.
Yeah. Yeah.
But anyone you told to, they'd be like, huh, that sucks.
Yeah, they'd be like, that's really sad. That's a shame. And
then they'd be like, eat this candle or whatever. It would always be, hey, eat something then.
Yeah, just to prove it.
Yeah. Yeah. Chew on this, I don't know, bite this fork.
Yeah.
What do you want?
But anyway,
yes.
Out of the sidebar, this dude fried a turkey on 4th of July for his family.
Using gunpowder.
He straight up, this is like something out of an Acme cartoon, though, because he straight up built the platform that the pot was going to be on. And then the fire department was called to his house because he sets the whole thing up himself. Is very proud of it. Is talking about just doing that, that bro stuff, that dad stuff of barbecuing and frying stuff, and doesn't want to hear anything from anybody.
Yep, he's in the zone. That's his happy place.
So instead of even having, how they have the stick with a little hook on the end that people usually hook the turkey to drop it into the Instead of any of that,
the barest of safety measures.
yeah.
Which I have a feeling this guy's about to skip over.
Instead of any of that, this is, and I don't know if he worked there, but do you remember the stick man from, well, you didn't grow up in like a black neighborhood. Okay. So the stick man is like,
I didn't grow up in a neighborhood, period. I grew up on a farm.
I'm with you. I messed up in even trying to see if you would get what this is. So
No.
The stick man is like a guy who at a big department store or at a big clothing store where they have rows and rows and rows higher than anyone can reach. You hit up the stick man and then he gets the suit, pants, or the whatever that's hanging up too high and uses a stick to do it.
For sure.
Right?
Okay. I've seen those.
Okay.
It wasn't necessarily just one guy at every store we went to, but you know, was this one guy's job?
That's usually that one dude's job.
He's the stick man.
He's the stick man.
Okay. Interesting.
Okay. So then this dude is like,
I'm sorry to get hung up.
On stick man?
Yeah, but just like you were just like, dude, you didn't grow up in a black neighborhood. Is that a black thing? Is that there's just
I feel
a
like
stick
only
man?
black people call them the stick man.
Okay, interesting.
I've seen it at
maybe.
like, I've even seen a guy do something like it at a Costco and no one called him the stick man.
Right. Okay. Well, it probably wasn't his only job at the Costco. So maybe these stores, it was the only. He was the stick man.
Can I tell you that when that dude is not out sticking, he is just on a Bluetooth outside of the store acting like he doesn't work there. So yeah, that's his only job. That's a stick man.
Honestly, sounds like a pretty great gig.
It sounds like an amazing job.
I'm actually down. I want to apply for stick man.
I wonder if he works on commission, because that would be amazing. Now he's just pulling stuff from the high floor for you.
He gets paid.
He gets
for
paid
things
off
he
the
pulls
dresses
down.
he pulls down. He's like, let me get you. And so,
You sure you don't want this one too? I get paid a little extra for everything I bring down.
so the stick man used to use a little hook that is the same as the turkey hook, right?
Gotcha. Yeah.
Apparently in some stores they don't do that anymore, and it's like still a stick, but the stick has a function now where it sort of bites the hanger instead of just unhooking.
So just being a hook. Yeah.
Yeah. And so that's what this guy was using. He was using one of the bite clip things on a long stick to hold the turkey, which is obviously not going to hold it well because the turkey is however many pounds and this thing is made for grabbing shirts.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so a part of me would like to believe that he was a stick man, because that just that means he brings his work home with him. Like,
well, he's got his own sticks at the house for practicing.
Yeah,
he's out in the yard grabbing stuff.
Yeah. Oh, you want a butterball? Let me get you a butterball real quick. You want a butterball and a blouse? I got you. And so then my man is pulling the stick and lets the turkey drop from the teeth of the hook, right? So like the thing opens up, turkey falls, and there's just way too big of a splash.
Of course.
There's just, the splash is just ridiculous. And so immediately the whole pot is on fire.
Just explodes. Yeah.
And instead of exploding, it does a James Bond trail away from the platform that he's built, because the platform starts to burn. And that thing, I think it was made out of like Luan or something. So that thing goes up in a hurry. It looked like, you like when a magician uses fire and that magic paper burns almost immediately.
Mm-hmm, yeah.
Apparently it looked like that, because then it burns so fast that the pot topples over. So now he's just burning his own backyard. And
of course he is.
And like a James Bond movie where there's just a trickle, where somebody's like lit up a lighter thing,
right?
A thing. It goes straight to the stack of fireworks in his backyard. And so the fire department was called to his house, because luckily he didn't burn it down, but he nearly burned it down because the whole backyard is on fire. And then the fireworks are going off now in their packaging.
Yeah.
And the funniest part of that story to me, when it was told to me, was that they had started, a family member had started calling the fire department as he was dropping the turkey in. So they didn't even wait for there to be a fire.
They were just like, this is going to go bad.
They were like, there was about to be a fire at 800 Cypress Road. Like
Listen, I've seen him work as a stick man, and this man drops everything.
Yeah.
So I'm calling now.
There's a lot of dirty shirts that people are expected to purchase because...
Man, though, an exploded like fried turkey vat, which then lights a pile of fireworks on fire. That right, that's like an American nativity scene. Like that. Having that in your yard, that is celebrating the 4th.
That's so funny. Yeah, because I couldn't even understand why he was frying the turkey for the 4th, because it's such a Thanksgiving thing. And I guess
Absolutely
you can burn down your house at any point in the year. Like, I guess, you just really just need an excuse. But even the barbecue.
Yeah.
Barbecuing is safer, and that uses more fire. You actually bring coals, you bring charcoal to a barbecue,
right?
And it's somehow less dangerous than let me fry a turkey for my family. Also, on not enough notice. Like, it's not like they were coming for the fried turkey. That dude just wanted to do it. Yeah. And so the guy from the fire department was like, hey, my man, just by the time we got there, all the damage had been done. Like all we could really do is pat that dude on the back and let him know his grass will grow again. Like,
yeah. Yeah.
Because it didn't reach
nature will rebound.
Yeah, it like didn't reach the house. Even though, especially in Louisiana, when you're firing off stuff in the city limits and stuff, you gotta be very careful because a lot of the trees will cross over the street. Like, some of those trees are big that the fireworks can't get through them when you're shooting them up. So we had that problem when I was growing up. There were these people who would put the fireworks in the middle of the street. Mm-hmm. And we were always just like, someone's house is gonna burn down. There's no way it's not. There's like we can see the fireworks not clearing the branches. So then they would fire them off, and it would happen every year. And I couldn't tell if every year it was a different family or if the same family was just being optimistic. But they'd shoot them up, and at least one or two of them you would see bounce back down, and then everybody would run. And it's like, what are we doing? This is insanity then.
Yeah. Yeah, all of our best decisions are made on the 4th. Everyone's really in prime decision making mode.
Now, did you have any barbecue on the 4th?
This year, no, because I got home the 3rd from us being in Arlington, and I didn't sleep that night before, so I kind of spent the 3rd and 4th just existing, just kind of laying out. I don't do much either because my neighborhood had a lot of fireworks going on, and my dogs do not like that.
Gotcha.
So it's just kind of I took it as an excuse to just chill out.
Yeah.
Play some video games.
No, that's fair.
So I didn't do much.
I didn't get barbecue, but we did go to, maybe it was the 4th or the 3rd. We went to Red Lobster, and that was great. That was very good. I remember, I think about all the barbecue that I've had over the years for the 4th or in or around that weekend. And I don't know why, but it just always sort of cracks me up how adamant people are that their method of barbecue is the best. Because you're just, be honest, you're mostly burning it. It's weird that dudes get into a battle with each other of I burn it better. Okay.
Right.
The way I burn it is more efficient. I just put a flame right on it.
Yeah. Yeah. I love grilling and stuff like that, but I have no real pride in that. I'm just I hope it's edible.
Yeah.
I don't, but yeah, some people I don't know. You reach an age where you need something to make you feel important. That's what I think a lot of it is.
Now,
I think it's just guys being like, I serve a purpose. I matter.
one of my favorite, like barbecue, anything, is like, you know, where I come from, and how there are people who eat, especially if the more rural you live, like if you're in like Marksville, like all that, like Tioga, all those areas, you know, and you go hunting a bit more than people who are in like proper cities in Louisiana and stuff like that, then, you know, you're gonna have your fair share of deer and other stuff that's like a bit gamey and everything. And I'll never forget, this dude said that okay, I should back up. So when I was in junior high, I was like friends with a couple of people whose family was more rural. Like they lived in Alexandria, and then their family lived further out. All right.
Gotcha.
And these are, I'm trying to remember if I'm trying to get this right. So these people that I'm describing are the direct family to the kid that I went to junior high with, but the in-laws are coming from like another part of the country. I don't even remember where, but they were just like not country people. All right.
Okay. City slickers.
Yeah, you could call them city slickers. All right.
Huh?
And so the city slickers come through for a 4th of July
Quest,
weekend.
they're looking for Curly's gold. Yeah.
Yeah, because there's going to be a summer wedding, and this kid's big sister is getting married to this city slicker son of a bitch. All right.
God, probably a college boy too.
Yeah, probably a college boy with all types of, probably got more degrees than a thermometer, you know?
This city slicking pencil neck college boy.
Yeah.
Coming around here thinking he's better than us.
Probably wears a duck on his collared shirt, or a gecko, or an alligator, making fun of us. And so
doesn't even go catching crawdads. He does.
So basically, they're all going to spend the weekend together, right? As they're spending the weekend together, this kid's dad offers to, you know, do all the barbecuing for the whole family. And since these people aren't from here, and frankly, they probably don't know what good barbecue is, they're all for it, you know?
Yeah.
Like, don't come to me with like your, I don't know, Montana barbecue. Like, I'm sure it's good where you are, but like if you're coming over from like some big city in Boise, Idaho.
I didn't realize the people from Boise were the big threat to to Louisiana.
I'm just joking. I think they were from Boston. They just the vibes that were put out were very much like money Boston type things.
Gotcha.
When I said like in earnest, they were people who Southern people would probably call city slickers if they lived in the country.
I was going to say, yeah. If it's
But still, don't come at me with your version of barbecue. You don't know what you're doing. What you're doing is a version of what we're doing that's just frankly not as good, because it's so cold in Boston that you need to keep your hands warm. So you're not even paying attention to the meat while it's cooking. You know, you need that
Southerners
body
make
heat.
good barbecue, but they make it unfun. To be honest, you guys are too.
No.
You guys get way too immediately angry about barbecue.
Yeah. Barbecue and football is what will ruin for everybody. We don't care. We'll ruin it with college as well, where it really doesn't quite matter.
Yeah.
We do that in a lot of instances. You would think that for how seriously we take the small thing, we'd be better at the bigger thing. So then for as serious as we are about college football, you would think that all of our NFL teams would be amazing.
Right.
Like they'd just be crushing. And that's not the case. It's very weird. But they always,
because even there, you got angry at no one about barbecue. Like even just now, I just wanted to illustrate a point.
I had to represent for the story. I had to let people know that the attitude going into this family weekend for them was like, don't come here. You may read more books than me. You may know who James Joyce is, but don't come to me thinking you have better rubs than I do. All right. You know?
Yeah. Yeah, with your fancy starched shirts and you're coming down here telling me how to barbecue.
I know who Shakespeare is, but do you know who Sweet Baby Ray's is?
I celebrate a true artist, and his name is Sweet Baby Ray.
Sweet Baby Ray's. You ever just took a sip of some Sweet Baby Ray's right out the bottle because it's that good? Maybe you didn't need any meat. You ever take a little sippy sip, huh? Just to make sure that this is the Sweet Baby Ray's that you want on your chicken.
You gotta make sure it's good. I like to sneak a sip at the store just to make sure it's the one I want to buy. I like to open
if it's
up
not good, I put it back.
I put it right back. That's someone else's mistake they can make.
So basically, they offered to barbecue for the weekend, and
the people from Boston,
no,
City
people
Slickers?
from Louisiana offered to barbecue, and
so it sounds like no one from Boston offered to barbecue, but you had to let them know. Hypothetically, you weren't okay with it.
From the way that he told me this story, it never sounded like them barbecuing was a threat or a circumstance they had to worry about.
Okay.
Yeah.
So is that...
Well, the way he was telling it to me was like, was that he was like, we offered to barbecue and everything because they don't know what they're doing. Like, so he went into a whole thing.
See, that's the thing. Like, at no point were they just like, listen, I really think we should be the ones barbecuing. They never wanted to. They're visiting. They know their guests.
Someone saying barbecuing like that to me is almost as bad as racism. Like. I don't like that at all.
I was trying to put a New England on it.
if you're hitting the word barbecue with that dialect from The Fighter, I don't want it.
Wow, there goes our fans in Boston.
No, they are great at a lot of other things, but I just don't want to hear them say the word barbecue.
They're great at a lot of things except for saying barbecue.
I would even wager that they're better at barbecuing than they are saying the word barbecue.
Jesus.
What?
Nothing.
Some people should just say BBQ.
Oh boy.
So they cook up an entire feast, right? Mm-hmm. And I don't know why, but this is just funny to me, I guess. So this whole story may be for naught. But but they cook up an entire feast, and then as they're chatting at the table and they say grace and everything, and then they start to eat, a couple of the people from Boston are like, wow, this is the best meat that I've ever had. What is this one? And they're like, oh, that's squirrel. And their eyes get like a little squinty, just like, what do you mean? Do you mean it's like squirrel in the game or wherever?
Yeah,
they're
is it like a dish
name? And it's like, no, it's a squirrel. Mm-hmm. And then they're like, well, what's this one? And they're like, oh, that's deer.
That's a bigger squirrel.
And where the people visiting lost it, they were like, what is this one? And honestly, I've never heard of this except for this one time. They were like, what is this one? Because they also had a little bit of snake. They had some snake, which is wild. I don't know if they actually hunted the snake or whatever, because the deer and squirrel, you imagine that they hunted and froze for an occasion like this. But the other one, snake, I don't know. But the one that they said that I was like, hey, I'm kind of on their side, even though I didn't want to say it in front of him, was skunk.
Ooh.
So they had some skunk meat that they had barbecued up and everything.
That's self-seasoning meat right there.
And I was like, that was when he said it, where I was like, oh, you're like a little too country.
Yeah.
And when his dad proudly said skunk, one of them spit out their food, like like spit out their food immediately, and then the others were just looking around, and you could see them all trying to not freak out, like trying to be cool, but they're all realizing that they're like eating the gamiest things. Like they were fully down to sit down and eat like chicken, like beef, brisket, all that stuff, which was there, by the way. So it's not as if these people fed them an entire feast of just skunks.
Right. Still though, I love that this story had the preamble about bragging about barbecue and putting down their taste from it, and then was like, anyway, we made you squirrel and skunk.
Anyway, here's some squirrel, here's some skunk.
Yeah,
and the skunk, you could just see the family dynamic like breaking down, because he was like they were so rude, they were acting all uncomfortable, like they were gonna be sick, and it's like, you were eating the skunk just a second ago, you didn't even know it was skunk. And I was like, yeah,
you gotta warn somebody though.
I was like, I was just trying to go along. I was like, it's crazy, man. That's wild that they didn't want the skunk, because if I had been there, I would have been like, gah, 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 gah. Like, I didn't even know what he wanted from me as he was telling me the story. Because even in the story, it's like, you're kind of in the wrong.
Yeah.
Like you didn't tell them a thing that I don't think anybody eats.
Yeah. Yeah, not really. I mean, like, unless the most country people.
I've seen people eat squirrel. That's not even my issue. I could see how some people would be opposed to eating it, because they might be like, hey, no one is regulating this one.
Yeah.
Like you could be eating straight rabies at the moment.
That is meat you found. Even if you hunted it, you found that meat.
Yeah. And that's also, that meat is also mostly bullet. Because there's no way, at least with a deer.
I'll take my bullet medium rare, please.
Yeah, you could shoot a deer and then eat all the deer.
There's a lot more deer, a lot of other deer that you did not shoot.
But when you shoot a squirrel and it explodes, I'm assuming there's nothing left to eat.
They use small caliber. It's but no, still you gotta.
I'll tell you right now, I don't even know how there was enough squirrel to go around. They must have shot 10,000 squirrels.
Yeah, they found a community of squirrels
and just laid bare in whatever squirrel cave they were in.
Yeah.
Because there's no way that there was enough squirrel to really go around. Yeah. I remember him being like truly indignant, and I honestly didn't know what to say.
Yeah, because how do you... Because you can't disagree, because he's angry that people didn't love his surprise skunk. So he's not going to be open to a counterpoint. But but how do you get excited about it?
Maybe you just put a table setting with a black and white streak on it.
Yeah,
just so people know where the skunk is.
Yeah, I think generally most mysterious meats should be labeled. Go ahead and just put with the species, so I can mentally prepare.
Because I'm not even saying an absolute unequivocal no. I'm just saying, let me make that decision for myself.
Exactly. Let me decide. I'm not saying I won't try it even. You know what I mean? But just let me know what I'm trying. Yeah. Yeah. Because the fact that, I mean, I wasn't there, so I don't know exactly how they reacted. That was so offensive, but I imagine they reacted like if you told someone it was cat. Yeah.
Because apparently one person spit it out immediately, and then the other people just were like kind of getting like, "Ooh, is it hot in here?" And then they left like soon after.
Do I smell? Am I turning into a skunk?
Yeah. Yeah. Like soon after they found out it was skunk, they left.
Which is interesting, because it's like, I mean, it's an animal. It's no grosser than the animals we already eat. It is just funny how, like, if you're used to eating a certain type of animal, you're not immediately disgusted by it.
And it, like, I don't know what kind of Romeo and Juliet rift it caused between his big sister and the person that she was supposed to marry. Because it's like, because that they're there to like
the
meet
marriage
each
didn't
other.
happen.
That'd be so funny
It's from that meeting.
if they were. If they were like, no son of mine is gonna marry some skunk eater.
You're not marrying that filthy skunk eater. I'm just a Kennedy now.
Yeah, I was like, isn't that just JFK?
Yeah, well, they were from there. They were from Massachusetts.
Oh, okay, no, I'm just saying that was a very specific one.
Will not allow my son to marry some filthy skunk eater.
It would be even funnier if one of them, especially for how he was describing them, of just very like hoity-toity, whatever. It would be very funny if one of them did kind of get some rabies. Like that, like
Just a little bit.
just like if they went back to their yacht club and they were like, I say, Jefferson, you're foaming at the mouth.
Back up or I will fucking bite you. I bet, too, they weren't hoity-toity at all. I bet that's just his version of them in the story because the skunk put them off.
Yeah.
I bet they showed up and were just nice and were trying their best, and then they were like, what's this, skunk? And he's like, these fucking these uppity assholes thinking they're better than us. It's like, no, most people don't eat skunk. So.
Yeah. Oh, I guess you're too good for our snake.
I guess you're too good for the meat I found in the woods.
Look at the city slicker who thinks that he's too good to eat a sack of venom. Because some people don't know what they're doing.
Exactly, yeah.
There are some people that are like, oh no, that little pebble, you can eat that. That's just a little rock.
Little rock, good for you.
One of my
rock every now and then.
favorite like snake things was and this is one of those things where we went to, I think it's in Marksville, there's a guy called the Rock Man, and we went there every year in my elementary school as a field trip about like geology and stuff. And he's
sure your area just doesn't have people whose sole identities are just singular objects? The Stick Man, the Rock Man,
the Stick Man, the Rock Man.
Skunk Man.
There was a Firework Man. So
Firework Man. Yeah. See, I think now I'm wondering if this is just your area that everyone is just assigned their object.
Yeah, everybody just has a job that they can't quit because I live in.
Here's your blunt tool
place.
and your identity. Here you go. You are Stick Man now.
So we would go to the Rock Man every year, and this dude had all types of rocks for like lots and lots of different prices. So he was making money because as kids we'd be like, oh, I'll buy this $1 rock that looks very cool and is polished and purple and everything like that. And then he had the crystal people, like the really like out there hippie people would buy crystals from him and stuff. And then he would just have these beautiful like, I don't even know what you would call them, but it's like when you cut a rock in half and there's like all these shards of amethyst and everything that's like
aren't those geodes?
Yeah. So he would sell the biggest geodes I've ever seen in my entire life.
Damn.
So I've been to a couple places, like even Sally and I were in Arizona and we went inside this rock shop that had some pretty big ones for like a good chunk of change, but still was like nothing compared to what this dude had. Because he had essentially dedicated his life to it, and he was like
He's the Rock Man.
Yeah, he was kind of like a self-taught geologist almost, because he would describe to us what the differences in the rocks were, but he wasn't, I don't think he held any degree or anything. He just had an internet connection and the will to dig.
Yeah. Will to dig.
And so this dude told us, and then we saw it as well, and it was this whole thing was way more terrifying than I think they thought it would be cool, and it was just scary. We go on this field trip, and the guy lives on his property that he sells the rocks from. And he talks about how one day he was going to the bathroom and he felt something. And when he stood up and turned around, a rattlesnake was in his toilet. And so the rattlesnake in his toilet jumped out at him, and he managed to dodge it and then like promptly stomped it to death, right? But then
And then he cooked it up for his friends from Boston.
then he made a toilet seat cover out of it. And it's in the bathroom right now. And it was one of those things where I really had to go to the bathroom. Like, even as he was telling this story, I was holding it.
Right.
And so then I was like, should I just piss myself? Because he didn't make it sound like another snake couldn't come through the toilet.
He wasn't clear that it was an isolated incident.
Yeah, he was just like, I killed the last one that did it. I'm like, hey, what? Don't tell me that and then be like, oh, and by the way, it's at the end of the hall to the left.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. So anyway, if you go down the hall, that's the snake room. Sorry, bathroom. If you go in there, I forget because there's always so many snakes in there.
And then I see
I've heard of like snakes getting into toilets. I've never heard of a rattlesnake getting into a toilet. I didn't think that was a thing they liked, was being in water. Like that,
I mean,
but
there wasn't much water in the bowl. Like this dude is living on the slightly off the grid. Like he's on the grid enough for us to find him, but he's not really there. Because when you go to his property, you're like, rattlesnakes would love this.
I love that this started as like, this is gonna be a 4th of July episode, but really, this has just been a very telling episode about where you're from. This has been a really.
Hey,
this isn't about America, everybody. It's about Louisiana.
Look, this is about celebrating heritage.
I love that.
Yeah.
Well, the stick man is my new 4th of July mascot. You know, the 4th kind of needs one. We don't have a good. It's just a guy grabbing stuff with a stick.
The stick man's here forever. As long as there are oversized department stores that are overstocked, there will be a stick man.
As long as there are shelves, there will be stick men.
God.
By the way, it is like just after 1 p.m. on July 6th, and I just heard some fireworks going off.
Really? Yeah.
Yeah, that we're
There's
recording.
nothing like the late
They're popping
ones.
off right now, yeah.
There's nothing like the really, really late ones where it's like July 8th, but you still got some leftovers.
When I'm going to get my money's worth, okay? I'm not taking a bath on these fireworks, all right?
Taking a bath? Is that what you say?
I've heard that phrase before.
Taking a bath on
If you're getting, yeah, especially if you're like getting screwed on something, but I ain't going to lose money on this.
Oh,
right?
man.
I remember I think we talked about it before, but like our old neighborhood in Chicago that we lived in Rogers Park, like that was a straight month of fireworks.
Yeah, yeah.
It would start 2 weeks before the 4th and it would go 2 weeks after. And like clockwork too. It was a full month of just explosions.
Now, because I guess I've never told you all of these things are happening in tandem right now. I've never told you about the firework man.
No.
Okay, so this dude owns.
Yeah, I'm getting introduced to the Louisiana Avengers here.
Yeah, Stickman,
Rockman,
and Rockman.
Firework.
I'm sure there's a couple. I'm sure there's a couple others that I'm just forgetting. Oh, yeah. There's one of them that I've never told you about because it's just too. Yeah. Okay. So the firework man.
Well, that was fucking ominous.
Yeah. It's like I don't even think you'll enjoy the story. The firework man owns like an entire. What would you even call it? It's not like. It's basically kind of like the what do you call the thing that the 18-wheeler is dragged? So you know how there's like the bed of a truck is behind the.
Yeah.
Okay. When you have an 18-wheeler,
Sure.
what's the front of it called?
The cab?
Okay, so what's the cab pulling?
The trailer?
Okay, the trailer, I guess. The way I'm trying to describe exactly how it looked, because the people, especially that I went to elementary school with, will probably
The big box with wheels.
The big box with wheels also works, I guess. But basically, the way that this works is he had converted like 3 18-wheeler type trailers together, all to like sell all the fireworks that he had, and then they would flap up. Like he had truly converted them, like he had cut holes in them so that there'd be an awning when he opened it up and everything. And it was, I think, just outside the city limits so that you could buy from him.
This is like a traveling mini mall he's invented.
Yeah, but he leaves it there. That's the crazy thing, though. He leaves it there all year, and he only sells 1 month out of the year. So I don't know if he actually leaves the fireworks in there all year, but that whole thing and that whole plot of land that he seems to own is
like
all
a Halloween
for 1
superstore.
month. Yeah.
Just sits there for the rest of the year, unused.
Yeah. And so, who was it? I remember like a few people that I grew up with bought from him, and I'll never forget. I never got to like meet this dude or anything, because also you never know. It's like sometimes you just have to be like careful around certain people, because like I'm not putting this on him, but like I'm pretty sure that he sold some fireworks where I was a little like, oh, are you like a bad person? Like, I don't know.
Are you like the Unabomber?
Yeah. Because he'd sell some that like you're like, I've never seen anything. Like he had the sparklers and he had the Roman candles, all the stuff you're supposed to get.
Right.
But then I remember one time this kid was talking about going there with his dad and then trying to buy this big one from him, because basically his dad wanted to save money. So rather than getting a bunch of the little ones that they have to keep popping like all day to nothing, because especially I think that's just like a dad thing, like not just the saving money, but we're not going to pop these off when it's still light out.
Well, I want to get the full, the full experience.
Effect.
Yeah.
And so he was selling these things with like long, insane names, like the rocket triple launcher and all this stuff like that was set up to keep popping inside of it. So think of like a Roman candle that's like stocked into the ground, and it's gonna have all the designs and stuff. So he's selling like these, almost like the Chinese ones with like dragon designs and stuff like that they're supposed to do. And then there was this one where it was just like a box that didn't have any, it had like a label in Sharpie, and he's like, what's this one? And the guy's like, oh, I made that one myself. And they were like, oh, okay, that sounds rough.
Yeah.
Doesn't sound great. Sounds like you don't even know if this will work.
Yeah.
I want a firework that'll explode in the air, not 2 feet off the ground.
No, it'll get, you throw it.
Yeah.
It'll get in the air. It just needs a little help, all right?
And then there was one.
You want to be like on a roof or something? Then yeah, this is the one for you.
I feel like he was probably just trying to upsell, but this kid said, it's like an urban legend about him, I guess. This kid said that he grabbed, what was it?
Oh, it was boy, like, but you need to finish this sentence, though.
He grabbed like a square type firework from him that was like a one shooter, and he was like, how much is this?
Kid grabbed. For a second, you're like an urban legend about him. He grabbed, and I'm like...
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, that's why it's kind of like, you gotta say the end of this sentence.
Oh, my bad. No.
Because the fireworks man sounds like someone who would have rumors about him.
And so he grabbed this like square little packet that was a one shot, like you just light it, goes off. And and then the kid was like, how much is this one? And the dude was like, oh, that'll take your finger off, and just took it back from him. And I guess he wanted him. I guess he wanted to be like, no, let me have it. And then he could like upsell it.
Right.
But once he said, take your finger off, the kid was like, fair enough. We've purchased a lot.
We have a other assortment of child endangerment that we've already purchased. You can keep that one.
Yeah.
Oh boy. The fireworks man, huh?
Fireworks man. I mean, who knows? That dude was probably just Greg to most people, and kids called him the fireworks man. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know if that thing spread the way that I'm putting it out there as if it did. I know I call him the fireworks man,
Right.
but my friends and I don't account for the rest of the whole town. I'm sure that for some of these people, they are just known by their name and that's it. Like,
Probably,
the
yeah,
stick man
probably.
is probably just Charlie.
That's Charlie. Everyone knows. Hey, get Charlie. He'll get it down.
Yeah.
And someone's like, go get the stick man. They'll be like, he has a name,
Now, to be fair,
and it's Charles.
the entire class and school that would come called him the Rock Man. That dude was the Rock Man.
See, I think that's different though when you do a thing like where you work with kids. Then you want to be the something man.
He had plenty of opportunities to tell us his name.
Yeah. We used to have this guy who he like worked for. I think he worked for like the DNR or whatever around. He was kind of a not like a nature expert, but he'd come around and always do it. And his name was Dan, and we all just started calling him Dan the Nature Man. And I think just that still is just within like all the kids still, because I subbed there and he was around, and I heard some of them refer to him as Dan the Nature Man. I'm like, I think we started that, and that just stayed as school parlance. Like all the kids now just know him as that. I don't think anyone else calls him that. I think it's just stayed in the middle school ever since I was there.
I like how I like to think he likes it enough that his name is just Bobby, but he just goes with it. It's like, yeah, I'm Dan.
Well, his name is Dan. His name is actually Dan. So it's
How do we know?
yeah.
If he lets nicknames take off, how do we know he doesn't let the wrong name take off?
That's true. He just snaps one day. He's like, "It's Robert." I know that doesn't rhyme with Nature Man, but my name is Robert. Hey man, should we open up the mailbag?
Yeah, let's do it.
Especially since we didn't do it last time.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Let's do some of these ones I meant to do last time. These are some about our 100th episode, but my camera died. This one here, this is from Lizzie, and the title is To President Squeaks. And it says, Hiya. If you don't feel comfy reading this on the pod, it's fine. But after a long while of listening, I felt the need to voice my thanks and also so very cheekily ask maybe a favor. I started listening in October 2020, I believe, and shortly after got acute pancreatitis. I'm sorry, Logan, but having Mr. Squeaks in A&E. What is A&E? That must be something hospital.
I don't know.
But Mr. Squeaks in A&E was wonderful company as a painfully chronic extrovert in hospital quarantine. You're welcome, I think. I'm not sure how to... Honestly, though, I have had a rough few years, and you two have got me through it, but this email isn't about me. My sister Alice, who loves the pod, is 6 months sober tomorrow. This would have been from last week. And no matter when or how you read this, if you could wish her a happy 6 months, it would make my year. So incredibly grateful, Lizzie from London. Hey, Alice. Congratulations. You did it. Hang in there.
Hey, Alice. Happy 6 months.
Happy 6 months. Good for you. Staying strong. Doing your thing. Kicking ass. And also thank you, Lizzie, for that email.
Yeah, thanks for letting us know. We're glad we could keep you company, you know?
Yeah. Oh, so this is about... I think it was our 99th episode. So this is from, just says NWE, and longtime listener, curious about Open Mouth Puppet Master. That sounds like a personal ad in like the classified.
Yeah. Seeking open mouth.
Open Mouth Puppet Master.
Wow.
Dear Josh and Logan, I'm emailing you in regards to episode 99, Say Something Dummy. Did the friend that went on the date with the puppet master ever tell them that the restaurant was making fun of them by prolonging his act? I kind of feel bad for the guy. If I was on the date, even if he was bad at the act, I would have told him that and told the restaurant off for choosing to humiliate him that way.
Two things. To my knowledge, no. And then second, this doesn't seem like someone you can humiliate. Like, from what she told me, it seems like even if you had been like, stop, they're making fun of you, he'd be like, still getting some practice in.
He's still talking through the puppet. Here's the thing, too. I kind of feel bad for him, too, but that is immediately offset by the fact that he brought his ventriloquist dummy to a date. So I no longer, it's hard to feel bad for a terrorist.
Yeah.
It's hard to, because also he planted it somewhere. And that's the part that hangs me up the most.
Yeah.
Is that he had it at the ready somewhere. If it wasn't outside in his car, any other option aside from that is fucking wild.
Yeah, it's actually wilder if it's at coat check.
Yeah.
And someone had to give him his dummy back. And he's not leaving.
Yeah. And then he's got to get, the puppet has to get its card to get its coat. Let's read this one since we literally just saw this person, but this is 100 episodes. Hi, J-Lo Goths. This is from our friend Allie. Hey, Josh and Logan. I can't believe you're almost at 100 episodes. I mean, we've already done it. They sent this right before. Congratulations on the success of this podcast as well as your individual successes. You're both killing it, and I'm proud of you, even though I don't know you like that. Hey, I'll still take it.
Yeah. I love a good proud of you. I'm never going to deny it.
From anybody. Anyone can say they're proud of me, and I'll be like, nah, thanks. Doesn't matter. That's good. One of my favorite episodes was Getting Zen with Joshy when you talked about meditating. I'm heavily invested in learning about emotional regulation, and a lot of things Josh said resonated with me. Plus okay, I almost read this wrong. Plus, Eastern philosophy fucks. That's how... I also appreciate how in discussing meditation, it slowly became a critique of capitalism. Nothing but solid truths. I didn't remember that it's the same episode with the story of the weed head grandma, which made me love it even more. As a frequently zoinked individual, I fully support this woman and hope she one day gets to Gnome the Mailman. That sentence was full of so many in references to our show.
Yeah.
That was perfect.
Yeah.
For future episodes, I'd love to hear more esoteric, anti-capitalist, bad review, stonery, goth, and or emo stories. Logan's puns are a must, especially because Josh hates them. Speaking of goths, I made some drawings for y'all to add to your collection of broody fan art. I drew Josh as a traditional /vampire goth because I get that vibe from him, and since he's a self-proclaimed vampire hunter, originally he had eyebrows, but I removed them because that look goes hard. For Logan, I gave him a punk goth look to match his bold disposition with spikes of his leather jacket to ward off any small talkers. He listens to Nick Cave and the Bad Squeaks, obviously. I also gave him an almost mohawky hairstyle that is closer to emo than goth because he thinks MCR is goth when they are, in fact, emo, though this is widely up for debate. Listen, I'm not trying to start anything. I just feel like they're in the neighborhood. Hope you guys like it. I'm excited to see y'all in Arlington again next week. Much love. Your friendly neighborhood townie, Allie. Thank you for that. And she sent us this amazing fan art. They were the ones I already showed you. Do you want me to bring them back up, or I'll put them in the video?
Yeah, put them in the video.
They'll definitely be in the video version of this. I think I'm going to try to... Someone suggested, too, that maybe I need to make a database of all of the goth drawings we've been sent to put somewhere. So that might be something I might be collecting them all again to to put them in some sort of online gallery.
Yeah,
for people to view.
For sure.
Because we have a lot going. These ones, though, are fantastic. So thank you for those, Allie. And it was great seeing you in Arlington and everyone else we got to see in Arlington.
Yeah, thank you, everybody that came out to Arlington. We had a great time, and it was great to meet you.
Very fun time.
Thanks so much for listening to the Josh Johnson Show. We had a great time recording. I hope you had a great time listening. If you are looking to catch up with us on any of the socials, you can find me at Josh Johnson Comedy on Instagram, at Josh Johnson on Twitter, Josh J Comedy on Facebook, and Josh Johnson Comedy on TikTok and YouTube, where we're going to be posting clips of the show. You might be watching one right now. And if you're looking for Logan,
You can follow me on Instagram at Logan M. Nielsen. And if you want to get into the mailbag like those wonderful people there, you can email us joshjohnsonshow@gmail.com. And if you want some bonus content, you can join our Patreon, patreon.com/joshjohnsonshow. Oh, and we got a live show coming up at the end of July.
Yeah.
In New York. A live podcast. So if you're in the area, come see us.
Doing it. Living
forever. Together forever and never to part. It's the song I sing every time I see Josh.
And I hate it. I don't like it.
He doesn't like it. He doesn't like it, but
doesn't care. I tell him to stop and he won't.
Not getting rid of me. Not getting rid of me, you little scamp.
All right.
I'm like a growth.
Oh, God.
Yeah?
Okay. So I'll stop recording. Okay. This is like a contentious thing. So just stick with me for a second because it's weird. It's weird that people are weird about it. Okay. So my friends are having kids, right? A lot of them are starting to have kids. So they're all having the conversation about, like if they're gonna spank their kids, right? And people have very strong feelings either way. Some people think like, oh, you know, if it's rare and if it's warranted, then like a spanking here and there is not that bad. And then some people are like, no, this is full on abuse. This is like you're creating trauma and everything. And I'm not even telling anybody how to feel. Like I know that I was spanked when I was a kid, right? And it made sense that I was spanked because we were poor. Do you understand what I mean? Like there was nothing to take away. You know? Like there was a year that my mom and I shared a bedroom when I was a little kid. What was she gonna take away? The floor? It's like rest of the month you float from now on. And if I catch you not floating, that's your ass, all right? Do you see what I mean? Because I was in a very weird position at one point because I didn't have much money, but I got a scholarship and my family pooled their money together to make the ends meet for me to go to this Catholic school, right? So I was a kid with no money going to school with kids with real money. Like money where they don't need to read. You know what I'm talking? You know that proper money that you can't mess up? You know that old money? And so, you know, I remember it was one time we were sitting around the lunch table and and this one kid, I said something about my mom, you know, like spanking me for something, and we were still in junior high or whatever. So I was talking about a time from before, you know, and then this other kid was like, "Oh, don't worry about it, Joe. You know, my dad still spanks me, right?" And I was like, "Ooh, Tyler, you have a pool. That's abuse." Do you see what I mean? Because Tyler, you live in the guest house. I've been over. You live in the guest. There's things to take away. My mama doesn't have an option. Like this is odd. Like that's kind of how I feel about it. I'm not gonna lie. Maybe it's right. Maybe it's wrong. I'm sure it's steeped in generational trauma. Like I'm sure it is. I'm being sincere. I think that, you know, there's a thing where when you don't have means, right? When you don't have the extra time to think about the extra things, you don't think about the extra ways to like calm something. And I want to be clear, my mom had to spank me like a couple times in my entire life. So I'm not, you know, over here like my mama did what she had to do. Like that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that genuinely, I think sometimes you see these different thought patterns because there are people who have
the means and they have the access to things like, like family therapy and stuff like that. And then there are other people that work 3 jobs as a single parent to make ends meet, so they have to get to it quick. And that's not even me saying it's like right or I always agree, because I think that it's hard to gauge. It's got to be very hard to gauge with there's a thin line between a spanking and a beating. You know what I mean? Because if you spank good enough, yeah, I mean, you gotta be real careful, because if you've ever been spanking a kid and anybody yells, "You got him," you already went too far. But I don't know. I've thought about it a lot because, I got into an intense argument with my friend who was basically like, it's abuse every time, no matter what, no matter the circumstance, right? And then I was giving them a circumstance of like, look, maybe this kid isn't talking back. Maybe this kid was bullying another kid. Maybe this kid hit another kid, right? So then maybe their parent was like, you actually put your hands on someone, you hurt them. And so I'm going to do this thing now, not to like punish you because I'm going to enjoy it, but to show you like this is the way that you feel is the way that they felt. And I'm someone who loves you. So the world out there, they don't know you. So they may not love you. So this is a lesson that you might learn eventually from someone who doesn't care about you at all. And that's how I posed it to him. And he wasn't hearing it. And I get it. Because, everyone has their own experiences and stuff. But I feel like no matter your feelings on spanking, we've all met like a grown man that deserved to have their ass beat. And I think the thing for me is that could it have happened earlier? And I want to be clear here. I'm not like blanketing, co-signing anything. I'm asking questions genuinely. I'm asking questions because people are very split on it. You know what I mean? Like make some noise if you got spanked as a kid. Okay, so just roll with me here, right? So you got spanked as a kid. Now, make some noise if you spank your kid. But you see how some people are like, I got spanked and they really took their day out on me, so none of that for me. And then there are people that are like, I got spanked and I'm fine. And so I think I know how to gauge. So everybody has like vastly different approaches to it, But once again, we've all met a dude who like, damn. He really probably had it coming sooner than today. But then how do you gauge that, Because I get what some people are saying. Some people are like, look, this child is just trying to make their way, and they might not even respond to it the way. We're all individuals. So even though you have your kids and your kids have a part of you in them, they're still going to be different people. So then how do you make sure that this kid doesn't walk away with the worst lesson possible, the worst feeling possible from this thing that like worked out for you, but it might not work out for them? That's a scary thing, Like, I used to be like very nervous about moving to New York, right? I moved to New York years ago, and I remember when I got to Brooklyn, I saw a fight when I got there, and these were two kind of big guys. One guy was like medium sized, bigger than me, and he was muscular, and he looked like he knew how to fight because he did all the stances. He knew where to put his shoulders, put his fists, he could kick. He's either trained MMA and boxing or he's watched all the movies. Like, this guy This guy really knows how to move, right? And then the big guy was just a big guy. Like he was that, you know, that type of big where you can't tell if it's fat or muscle? You just know it's in the way, right? You know that he can move things where he wants them to go. Just a big guy, right? And I don't know exactly what they were fighting about, but it felt like one of those fights. It felt like one of those fights where they really wanted to fight their dad. Have you ever been in a bar and then you see a fight like you can smell it brewing? And then you're also like, I think if you had like punched your dad years ago, none of this would be happening right now. Like you just had one good row with him, this would be a quiet evening, right? And they were going at each other, and some of it was punching, some of it was kicking. Now the guy that was like on the bigger side and muscular, he really knew his way around. Like he was even like doing the hop of someone who knows how to fight. You know that little light foot hop where you're like they're about to get into it, okay? And then there was one moment, because I walked out of this bar because I was doing a show, like a bar show with my friends, and then we were all walking out and we all saw this like happening. It would start on the sidewalk and it spilled into the street, and basically, you know, he's doing the hops and he goes for a lunge. He goes for like this big punch, right? And when he goes for the big punch, the big dude moves out of the way and grabs his wrist. And they both look at it. They both look at like he grabs his wrist and looks at it, and then he looks at it like, uh-oh. And then he grabs his wrist, and with his other hand, he grabs the back of the dude's belt, right? Pulls him forward, knocks the guy pretty much off balance, lets go of the wrist, passes the belt to his other hand, lifts him up, and then spanked him in public. And like, I had never seen somebody with a beard get spanked before. Like, and he's really like floating and everything. And this guy is like letting them have it, right? Like one after the other. This dude spanked him so much he took a break. There was one point where he was holding him suspended in the air by his belt, but also like, and then after like the 36th lick, lets go of the belt, dude drops to the ground. He gets up and he sort of limps off, a lot of expletives and stuff, but it's kind of done. And this guy goes back into the bar we were just in, because he wasn't watching the show. The show was in like a back room. This guy was just in the bar, and I had no idea like what the fight was about, because once again, we had already walked out and it was already happening. But he walked back in, and I'm like, I'm a curious duck. You know what I mean? Like, so I go back in after him and I'm like, hey man, are you okay? Which is a weird thing to ask him, but it's like, are you okay? What was all that about? And then he turns to me and goes, I look like a lot of dudes' dads. Wow, sir. That's an interesting thing to figure out about yourself. Because dude was like 30, but he just had that dad head. Like he had the dad bod of being big, but he had like a dad, like he had a full beard with like this part right here was doing a little bit of like Vegeta action. Like it was coming back a little bit, and he looked like he could be a dad, right? And so he's like, no, I just look like a lot of dudes' dads. And I was like, wow, how'd you find that out? And he was like, oh yeah, you know, after the 4th or 5th fight, you start to put things together. And he told me that sometimes he goes to the bar with his friends because his friends are with him and they don't help because they know he can handle himself. And so go to the bar with his friends, and you know, he's like, after a while, I can just tell some guy starts looking at me, and he's just giving me a look like you can tell he's a certain level of drunk, but he's looking at me like, huh? And then he comes and he starts jawing at me, and I can tell it's not about me because I was just sitting here, I wasn't doing anything. And then he wants to fight, and he either swings at me first or he says, let's go outside, but this happens pretty often. And I was like, wow, are you a dad though? And he was like, yeah. I was like, do you spank your kid? He was like, oh, no, I would never.
I just finished. I had no idea the Diddy documentary would be episodes. Episodes. I knew a documentary was coming out. I thought it'd be like a documentary. You know, like when you see a documentary, it's a feature-length film, but it's a documentary. This is episodes. 50 Cent produced a documentary about Diddy that he's apparently been working on for a decade. And it has episodes. I've never hated someone for episodes. That's what every person I've ever hated has been a very short story. I'm just like, oh, we don't really get along. Feel like they betrayed me, and that's about it. 50 Cent sat the world down for 4 episodes. This is crazy. 4 episodes with some of the most. This is some of the best footage I've seen in a documentary, because what they did, this is insane. This is fundamentally crazy, okay? The documentary starts with Diddy in a hotel room talking to his staff and his lawyers about what to do about this like incoming indictment, right? It's like 5 days before he gets arrested, right? And as I'm watching this, I'm like, that's curious. Because this is 50 Cent's documentary about Diddy, yet there's a camera in Diddy's hotel while he talks to his lawyers. He's talking to his lawyers about a strategy on what to do, like a game plan. How did 50... How did 50 Cent get this footage? Is he in disguise? How is he in the room for this thing? And then this dude's like on the phone. Diddy is on the phone, and he's talking about how we need to be aggressive, we need to come back. He literally says we need to get like the dirtiest, most like expert propaganda we can out there, which, okay, insane to say on camera, a camera I think you know is there. That's wild. I just had this question in my head of like, how did they get this footage? Turns out that Diddy was making a documentary and he had started recording everything because this documentary was going to be about like his comeback, right? So he's like covering everything himself, recording everything himself, so he has his point of view out there, right? So then he was going to make a documentary. He thought he was going to beat everything and then make a documentary, release that documentary, and then get everyone on his side again. And now you have to ask yourself, how did 50 come into the possession of Diddy's footage for Diddy's documentary about Diddy? This is crazy because he's making a documentary himself, but then he took that documentary. Apparently what happened was that Diddy did go to jail, and then he couldn't pay the cameraman. So then, so then 50 was like, I'll pay the cameraman. And Diddy is such a terrible person. He is such a terrible person that even in the documentary he was making about his comeback, it makes him look so bad that 50 didn't need to edit any of it. It literally, he already said on a camera he knew was there, we need to get the dirtiest, like most filthy expert propaganda we can out there. That was for his documentary. And then 50 took it and he was like, this will do nicely, yes. This is fantastic. Because I was sitting there, I was like, because also the other thing happened. So he gets off the phone with his lawyers, gets off the phone with his team and everything, and then he stands up and he's looking out the window, and out the window, he's like, gotta be like 26th floor or something. He's like in like a high rise, and across on the roof of another building, another tall building, but on the roof of another building is just, Diddy is looking out the window to another building, and on top of that building is just the police. I'm not the police, so I don't know exactly how they operate, but that's the first. Usually in a stakeout, they hide. The fact that the police are outside Diddy's window on another building just like... This is crazy. Once again, this is his footage. His footage. That's wild. 50 Cent has been promoting this documentary with glee. He's been going because he hates Diddy so much. He hate Diddy. You think you hate stuff. You do. You think you hate things. Ooh, I hate racism. No, not as much as 50 hates Diddy. Ooh, I hate sexism. You haven't even met sexism if you compare it to how much 50 hates Diddy. Oh, I hate olives. You love olives compared to how much 50 hates Diddy. Not ready for how much 50 hates Diddy. He hates first of all, he hates some episodes. He hates this man. Episode after episode, he hates him enough to get good footage. Narrative stringing footage. Complete through line footage. Never before seen footage. Man, he hates this dude. He's been promoting it. He's been going everywhere, going on talk shows, everything. Goes on all these talk shows. This dude went on like MS Now, whatever they're calling it, and he's talking. I think he's talking to Ari Melber, and Ari is asking him, just seems like they're having a conversation about like him specifically, and they were like, "Do you have any like heroes, people you look up to?" And from what I could tell, 50 was basically like, I have people in my life that have accomplished things that I would like to accomplish, but I don't put anyone up on that level to just like call them my hero. He doesn't like deify a person like that. And then Ari asked him, what about like in your life, have you seen any like villains you don't want to be like, people you don't want pattern your life after? And he was like, he was like, Diddy. This dude has been making this documentary for a while, just quietly, in the shadows, just collecting, just making it happen. A decade of work going into a documentary. And now it's like he gets to show it off. This is his baby. And you know how new parents are. You know how this is the miracle of life happened through you. You made this person that It's changed your whole perspective on the world. You see this person now that you can't. Anyone brings up, how have you been lately? How have I been? This person, the miracle of life, my baby. Look, do you want to see my baby? Do you want to see pictures of the baby? You have thousands of pictures of the baby. But no parent that I've ever met is promoting their child the way 50 is promoting this documentary series. This man went on, apparently, this is the rumor, apparently he went on like the ABC stations specifically to do the interview because ABC is one of the only stations they play in prison. This is a biblical amount of hate. Cain didn't hate Abel this much. This is wild. He is doing everything but looking right to the camera, smiling and waving at Diddy. This is insane. This is wild. He's smiling so hard. I've never seen him smile like this. This man's smiling. 50 Cent in every interview is smiling ear to ear. I didn't know he had dimples. I think they just came in. This is wild. Oh, he hates him so much. Oh man! Wow. He hates him. So like, I've never seen hate like this, and to produce something that is both like a product of your hate, because most hate is fruitless. You know, people talk about hate. And one of those famous quotes: "Hate is drinking poison and hoping the other person will die." Apparently, hate is also making a documentary series detailing how much everyone else should hate this person. One of the craziest things to me about the Diddy documentary is that the pure length means that he's more evil now. Now that we've got like a documentary about it, he's more evil now than a bunch of other historical figures. There are people from World War II that did not get 4 episodes on them anywhere. That's crazy. During the trial, I don't know if y'all saw this, but there were some people that were they were out there saying like free Diddy. They were out there, you know, with signs like picketing, like he might be innocent and maybe he was just another innocent black man being railroaded by the system. And apparently all those people were being paid $20 an hour by Diddy. Here's the thing. This is what's so funny about that to me is that like they're out there being like he's innocent, but they're also not hiding the fact that he is paying them to say that. And not only is he paying $20 an hour to stand outside and be like, yo, free Diddy outside the courthouse, but even while paying $20 an hour, he was only able to get like 14 people. Do you know how guilty you have to be offering up money and then people just passing by the street like, I think I'm good. Do you know how many people could use $20? People literally, you know, get on the train asking for change in New York all the time. And even they were like, you know what? Not every $20 is a good $20. No, this documentary is insane because there's so much that we knew beforehand. There's so many things that we already knew where we were like, all right, this is, you know, we've all seen it. A lot of baby oil, way more baby oil than anybody needs, right? Which I will say this, watching the documentary now, knowing what we know, editing wise, they didn't need that many shots of baby oil. That does feel like 50 Cent was standing in the editing room like, no, and put some baby oil right there. No, they mentioned baby oil, so go ahead and throw to the baby oil. Okay. Oh, but you watch it and yeah, you already knew the things he was implicated in. You already saw, oh, okay, there's this shooting way back when, there's this assault of this other rapper, there's all these like whisperings, and then you watch the documentary, and I don't know how he did it. I don't know how 50 Cent did this. This man managed to get things we've never seen before. Do you know how hard it is to have never before seen footage of things from like 20, 25 years ago? Like, a good example is, in the documentary, they talk about how much Diddy may have had to do with the deaths of both Tupac and Biggie, right? Which is also insane that someone who can't rap at all may have deprived us of two of the greats. That's crazy. It's so disgusting. It would be like if Trump shot two of the presidents that were on Mount Rushmore. Like, it's like, and then years later, we're just sitting here like, not Lincoln. How you gonna do that to George Washington? No, it's wild. And so in the documentary, there's like footage, never before seen footage of moments leading up to the deaths of both Biggie and Tupac. I can't describe how hard it is to come by things we didn't even know existed. Both of these were police investigations. The police investigated, not hard, the police investigated both the deaths of Biggie and Tupac, and somehow 50 Cent found footage. I've never in my life hated somebody enough to find footage there's like this video, and this is also, you gotta go back to when this happened. This isn't when everybody had like a footage maker in their pocket. Do you know how we are accidentally being surveilled at all times? All of us. I know you think you're not because maybe you don't have your phone out and you're not posting where you are all the time, but the phone knows. The phone is very aware of where you are. And the phone loves snitching. The phone, one of your phone's favorite things to do is hit up a Fortune 500 company and be like, we over here. In case you want to study our patterns, figure out how to advertise to us, we're right here. We are completely and totally surveilled all the time. People don't realize that, like, even if your phone is off, you were just taking a walk. Maybe you're like, you know what? I want to break. I want to break from everything. I'm going to take a quick break. I might even leave my phone at home and I'm just going to go for a walk. That's great. Detach for a second. The thing in your pocket is too much of your life, and too much access to you comes through that thing. Like, sometimes just for the sake of your mental well-being, it's important to take a break from it, right? And you assume when you take that break that the phone can't even snitch. Meanwhile, you're taking a break, walking through your neighborhood, getting caught on every Ring camera. Everybody got a Ring camera. You getting caught from Ring camera to Ring camera to Ring camera to Ring camera to Ring camera. And even when they try to ping your phone, the phone like, he not here. Like, the phone loves snitching on you. The idea that like any crime goes unsolved is wild to me. The way we are surveilled now, I'm like, how'd you not catch them? I know where they are right now. It's crazy. So you go back a little bit. Go back to before it was so easy to keep track of everyone. Because even when people text you, they expect an answer from you. They have your number. They know it went to your phone. It said delivered on their end. right? And unless you fixed it on your phone snitched on you to them. It said red to them. It said red. It said he saw it. He just don't want to answer. It said it. It told you. It told you immediately, right? And so even when you text someone, we expect immediate answers. We expect a sort of immediacy from everyone. And if you're not getting it, then it must mean something, right? Let's go back to a simpler time. Go back to the 90s when, you could just move about the world. I'm surprised people in the 90s, like, I'm a 90s baby, but I was a baby. I was a child. I didn't have the chance to take the opportunities allowed. But how did everybody that was an adult in the 90s not serial kill? It seemed like it was right there. Anytime somebody older than me hates somebody else older than me, I'm like, you could have been dealt with that. That seemed like, all right, you don't want to solve a problem, that's on you. But like, I'm just saying, it's crazy to look back. Even like CCTV footage from like 1990, it is indistinguishable from a game of Pong. Like it's so unclear what is happening in the thing. I can't believe anyone ever went to jail off of the original CCTV footage. It's so hard to tell what is happening. I can't tell if that's somebody beating somebody up on a street corner or if that is the Sasquatch. It could be either one of them. Black and white, barely imaging, got pixels everywhere, just moving. And it's like, as you can see right here, no, I can't see that. I can't see that at all. Even when I watch old episodes of Law and Order, and then they play the footage, that's how you know it was bad. I'm watching on TV, them pretend to be lawyers on TV. And they're still like, as you can see right here. And even sitting at home, I'm like, there's no way anybody can see anything. Like, is this where I'm supposed to suspend my disbelief and be like, it's a TV show, I can see it. Like, go back to a simpler time, right? Go back to a time where if you wanted there to be footage of something, you had to go out of your way. Truly out of your way. You accidentally make footage now. People don't realize that, but like even some of the things that get people caught when they do a crime weren't even them being stupid. But some people are very dumb. Some people are incredibly dumb. And they're like, look at me doing a crime. That is happening. And that's happening a lot. We got to get the youngins to stop doing the crime in front of their phone and then posting it. Doing the crime at all is bad. We should start there. But also, doing the crime and recording it is insane. Doing the crime, recording it, and posting it yourself. We have got to, the snitch is in the house. Like the snitch is you. The snitch is in the mirror. There's no one got to tell on you anymore. You post it. Look at me doing the crime. At what time is it? Let me take a screenshot of myself. Hold it today's. Let me take a screenshot of myself holding up another phone with today's most viral TikTok so that everybody can know for certain that it was me and I did it and I'm proud of it. And then when I show up in court, I'll be like, who? No, truly, let's go back. Let's go back. Let's go back to the 90s when you could just go for a walk, having, I don't know, killed somebody, and then I don't even, like, truly, I don't know how up until recently, up until like the true sort of overwatching surveillance police state that we don't really sit aware that we live in. Like until then, I'm blown away that a cop ever solved a crime. That's true detective work. If you go back to the 90s and you're like, there's footprints, let's check the footprints against the shoes that have been made in the last 10 years. Like all that stuff is like real detective work. And when they caught someone, I think I would have been like, wow, how? This is crazy. Police now, they're just like, that looks like him in the video he I'm just saying, he said his whole name, so it might be him. You know, like him and this dude, they had beef, so then he beat him up on camera, record himself beating him up because he thought it would look cool, and then held up his own driver's license and then posted it to Instagram. It just seems like an open and shut case. Police work back in the day seemed like real work, I guess. Like, that's how'd you catch anybody? They weren't here for it. Then you got to track down the people. Then you got to get interviews out of the people. The people don't want to cooperate because they're more scared of this person than they are of you. And then you got to connect dots. You got to wait for DNA stuff to come. The DNA testing wasn't even like that good up until recently. There was like bad DNA testing. The early stuff, they were on to something, but it was bad. They'd send it off, and the test results would come back. It is blood. You haven't helped me at all. Whose blood is it? Somebody red, I think. Like, it's got to be somebody red. Because the whole thing was red. So, and now you can enhance images. Even if you got a grainy image, you can zoom in and enhance it. And you can't necessarily enhance and upscale it the way that they did on TV, but a lot of science follows a lot of like entertainment. It's funny how that does keep happening, where there will be an idea, you'll see it on TV. It doesn't really exist that way, but then it almost becomes the design for the thing that will exist one day because it fits into the imagination so well. They're like, oh yeah, why don't we just have facial recognition that cross-references all the other faces we have in the database, and then you just run it and it goes face. That's him. That's him. Wouldn't that be better? You know? But instead, you're talking about the 90s. You're talking about a time where you could just go for a nice long stroll, not be on camera anywhere potentially, depending on where you were. You know, you could make a call, you could make a phone call, and there would be a record with the cell phone company of who you called and when you called them. That type of thing was there. That level of like surveillance was in place, but they wouldn't necessarily know the whole content of the call. You know, not like now where people basically do phone calls for the world. You know, you see these voice memos that people leave, and I'm like, that's the most, you might as well have just told me and the company what you had to say. People will leave a voice memo, and some of them are very sweet. I always love getting a voice memo. I'm just saying, they've already got on your phone, we'll summarize everything. We'll summarize it for you. Actually, I learned to read a long time ago, so I don't need you to summarize anything for me. You'll see a text message. Text message will be from your mom, and it'll say, Mom expresses feelings of concern. But then you look at the company, and you're like, why y'all read my text message? Like, we're not reading it. No, we're not reading it. We're not reading it at all. I'm like, that was a pretty good guess, though. When I opened the phone, it was my mom being like, I'm concerned about you. Just let me see my message. It's crazy. They don't do that anymore. You used to get a text message, and then you would see like a little preview of it, and you could just read the preview, and based off the first half of the sentence, you could decide if it was something you were willing to reply to right now. You know? Because you can't just open it right away. It'll say read. But if you get a text message from someone and the first few sentences might pop up on your phone, and it's like, where do you get off? You're like, all right, I'm gonna have to address that later. But now you get the text message, and it's like a full summary of what you were definitely about to read anyway. That's weird. It's like, how does anybody get away with anything now? Especially now that crime is dumber. How does anybody get away? It takes you back to those times in like the 90s. Maybe you go for a walk, maybe you are just driving your car, and you're truly like free in a way. There's nobody really looking for every little move that you make. And in the case of Diddy, somebody should have been. Somebody should have been watching, checking the entire time. You know, you see in this documentary the relationship between Biggie and Tupac, the relationship between East Coast and West Coast, and how so much of the actual troubles were like orchestrated. They were stoked by Diddy. Like Biggie liked Tupac. They were cool. And then Diddy was jealous of Pac. Diddy was jealous of Pac because Pac was everything he wanted to be. You know, he was charismatic. He was truly like a poet that could make you understand where he was coming from. You did not have any sort of similar life experiences to him at all, but he could express himself in a way that brought you in. No matter where you came from, there was real connection there. He could build and he could bring together real community, right? And so for that, he was loved. He was instantly accepted. He was praised. And if you're someone like Diddy, you see that and you're immediately jealous of it. It's everything you want to be. He's good looking, he's young, he's successful in a way that comes from his effortless talent and his hard work. He's everything that Diddy wanted to be, and that Diddy knows he isn't or wasn't. You know, Tupac was a rapper. Do you know what I mean? Like, Diddy, I know Diddy want to rap. Ooh, Diddy want to rap so bad. One of the most dastardly things this documentary has done in some of the editing is just showing Diddy dance for no reason. You can tell Diddy not talented from the way he dancing. I know it's a harsh statement to make, but Diddy dances. Diddy dances like Tom Cruise from Tropic Thunder. Like Diddy. And Tom Cruise was on rhythm. You know what I mean? Like Diddy was over here in the documentary. Like he was trying to land a plane. I was sitting there like, what am I watching? I'm just saying, you go back to that time, right? Go back to the time in the 90s when your phone was just a phone. Like the cell phone was only a phone. You could make a call and play Snake. Maybe Centipede if you were fancy, but like that's all it was. It had that stick that came out of the antenna that shot out of it that for some reason wasn't out all the time. Why would you not pull it out all the time? If you want to have a good call, why do you need to pull it out? Shouldn't it just come out every single time? And then you would drop it. You drop your phone and it was not a big deal. Look at people that drop their phone now. This is how you can tell we're all addicted to our phone. Watching someone drop their phone is like watching somebody drop crack down a drain. They're like, oh! They had never before seen footage of the moments leading up to both Biggie and Pac's death. Never before seen, and not never before seen as in these are the tapes we've been looking for the whole time. We didn't even know these angles existed. That's crazy. And that's very hard to do. Like you see tragedies happen now, and because of social and because of search, people can pull for all the different angles, all the different sides to anything that has happened since everyone started carrying a cell phone, right? But this thing is crazy. You see them walking. You see Tupac walking all the way up until a fight that he got in. And then later, you see through footage, things that people have not seen before, leading up to his death. Same thing with Biggie. There was this moment in the documentary where there's somebody sitting in their own car, right, with a camcorder, which is weird. I know we're going in the Wayback Machine, but even in the 90s, nobody sat in their car with a camcorder. That's a new thing. Recording yourself in your car is a new thing. It's a relatively new thing to humanity. We weren't doing this before maybe TikTok. Like, we weren't doing it that much. And now people record themselves in their car so much. Why did we start crying in the car? Look, I know it's already like a social phenomenon and everything, but we will need to stop. Like, that's people recording themselves crying in the car. Because the first video I saw somebody crying in the car, I don't remember what they were crying about, but they were talking about something. And it was something big. It was something happening in the world. But they were like, And I saw them in the car. And they were talking, they were like, this is so unfair, this is life, you know, it just comes at you, this is horrible, what are you supposed to do? And I remember sitting there like, okay, all right, they're making some valid points. I understand why they're upset, but who recording them right now? This is terrible. Why would somebody record them and then put it online? And then, because I was scrolling when I saw it. So then when I clicked on the profile, I saw it was their profile. I was like, oh, somebody then hacked them and posted a video of them crying. That's terrible. This is a true demon that got a hold of their footage and then posted to their page of them crying. That's so embarrassing. Oh, I hope they find justice, right? I was so interested, genuinely. I was so perplexed at what was happening, because then the other people commenting weren't addressing the fact that this person crying is their like, no, I seem to be the only one confused about what was happening. Everybody else in the comments was like, keep your head up, you know, like all this. And so, look, I was curious about how this was going to develop, because I've been, you know, witness to many of my friends that have been like hacked, especially when Facebook was like young, and then somebody would get on your Facebook, they type out a bunch of things on your timeline, just like dumb stuff, and then, you know, you would get them locked out, you get back on and everything. So I've seen this before, but I don't know. I was so invested in how this person was gonna come back from this that I did follow them, right? I hit follow just to be, because I'm expecting any day now they're gonna be like, hey, somebody, you know, broke into my account and posted me at my weakest moment. Thank y'all for the support. And so I followed. And then a couple days later, I saw another video. I saw the handle, and I saw a profile picture. So I saw that it was them again. And I'm sitting here scrolling up, and they're in their car again. And then I'm thinking, oh, okay, this is where they're going to say, like, hey, somebody broke into my account. Thank y'all for the well wishes and everything, but I'm good. I don't want y'all to see me in that light. That was a very weak point for me. And so when I scrolled up, I'm fully expecting them to say the thing I just said. But then they started talking. They were like, yeah, I just wanted to reach out to everybody. Thank y'all so much. You know, the comments you left and the messages I got really touched me and everything. And just, and I was like, no, wait. There's no way though. No. And then I put it together. I was like, wait, they were recording themselves crying in their car. That's the most private time to cry. We need to go back, just for the sake, once again, of our mental health as a nation. We got to go back to just having a crash out, parked in the car and let that be history. Like that. You are not your best when you cried in your car. I would throw it out there that maybe you don't want people hearing what you have to say when you're to the point where you breaking down parked in your car somewhere. Stop broadcasting it. This is bad. This is very bad. Because it's not, I've never seen a cry in my car video and been like, oh, yeah, that'll change things. I'm just saying, like, if you in the car, right? If you're in the car, and you are upset, it's understandable. This life is hard, and sometimes people feel like they got to walk it all by themselves. They don't know the support they have. They don't know the people that they have in their life. And in those moments, there's an opportunity. You could use that time to reach out to someone and tell them that you need help. You could reach out to someone, and even if I'll even pitch this, if you're very bad at asking for help, right? Try to help someone else. Because the same bond that leads you to help someone else will then have them looking out for you whenever things are down for you, right? You have this thing in your phone. You have this thing. It's incredibly powerful, right? It tells everybody where you are. Government, friends, everybody. Everybody know where you are. Everybody knows where you are. Everybody knows. People you don't know where you are. People you've never met know where you are. Right now, they know you're here. Like, people know where you are because it's in your phone, but you also know where other people are. You can reach out to people. You need help. This could be a way that you get the help that you need. It could be. Or you could buy one of those little dashboard stands. And, you know, and it's got that little knuckle on it that you put the thing on from the back of your phone and you... Or you could do that. You could do that. That's an option. It's possible you could give that a shot as well. Because I do think, here's the thing, I'll throw out there. I do think that crying in the phone, like crying in the car on the phone, I think that genuinely came from a fundamental epidemic of loneliness. Do you know what I mean? Like that thing is not something that's born out of having a wealth of people to talk to. You know, it comes from being in a place where, sure, everyone will like shirk it off. They're just looking for attention, whatever. But I think it goes deeper than that. And I think it's people like literally, genuinely crying out for someone to hear what they have to say, for someone to have their back, for someone to get them, right? And so they reach out to the whole of the internet, and then what they get back in return, sometimes it's a bunch of hate, sometimes it's a bunch of love, whatever it is. Sometimes it's just people, keep your head up, whatever. But I don't think it's a substitute for like genuine human connection, like having that person to sit in your car with you, to look at and go like that, like that's much better. That's just between the two of you. And instead of becoming your worst moment online, it becomes like an intimate moment you have with a friend who has your back, who you can cry to, right? I said all that to say somebody in the 90s was sitting in their car with a camcorder, like a camcorder, do you remember what this was? It was this metal with lenses in it and buttons, way too many buttons. They had more buttons than what the camcorder could do. The camcorder is over here promising all that good stuff, and then you hit the button and it look exactly the same. Nothing has changed at all. Sitting there with the camcorder. Because the camcorder had that strap. It had that strap right on the back, so that way, you know, you could do some real journalism, some true video journalism. You know what I mean? Some people had the camera and they had to hold the big thing and they got to put their eye into the little pocket. Not with the camcorder. Camcorder even had the little screen popped out. And so you just had it ready. Bow. I see everything. Where were these cameras even from? It's crazy. Where is the camera from? Because there's a thing that had never been aired before, where someone is in their car and they're like, "Is that Biggie?" And then you hear pop, 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 pop. Oh my God! They just got shot. Somebody call somebody, and then you hear like someone who's like in the car calling 911. But you see from their perspective. First of all, who are they? Where have they been this entire time? That's crazy. Where did they? Maybe there is a chance that in all of this investigative, in the long time, apparently like a decade, that 50 Cent's been working on this documentary, that somebody somewhere was able to pay somebody for something that they had never given anybody before. And, you know, there's also different reasons why you might hold on to something. Imagine you're there when something like this happens. You may not want to broadcast it to the world that you were right there and that you saw something on tape, because they didn't see a person. They just saw that these shots were happening, right? And so maybe you don't want to broadcast it because now you don't want to go to the police in a thing where they seem to have no leads and be like, "Oh, I have some extra information for you." Maybe, I don't know. It's plausible, but it seems just so wild that these two moments would meet up. That somebody would just be recording in their car with what had to be like a camcorder. Who just walked around with a camcorder in the 90s like that wasn't shooting their own document, like just in the car with the camcorder all the time in case something happens? Fast forward to present and it ends up in this Netflix documentary about Diddy. Maybe that's what happened. But what seems just as likely is that 50 Cent time traveled back in time. With the camcorder, right? Because you don't want the resolution to be too clear. People start asking questions. Time travel back in time, sat in the car and point the camcorder in the direction. Oh, is that Biggie? Pop, 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 pop. Oh no, someone shot Biggie. I'm gonna go back to the future. And there's so many, it's a documentary so full of detail, you almost have to rewatch it, because then there are things that go over your head the first time where you don't even realize how evil the thing that Diddy was, because so much information is flying at you. It's like information, here's a tidbit, here's an interview, firsthand account, somebody was there, baby oil. Here's another tidbit, here's a first-hand account, here's what someone had to say, here's something that we didn't even know Diddy did, baby oil. There's so many instances of them cutting to baby oil that sometimes some of the evil gets a little lost. You know, the idea that this man might have had so much to do with Biggie's death and then went on a campaign like he was Biggie's best friend in the entire world. It's not just insane that people let him get away with it. What's even worse is that he, through this memorable event, right, all throughout Bed-Stuy, Biggie's funeral, right, and then no one knew, I didn't know until I saw the documentary, that he made Biggie's estate pay for that funeral. Yeah, like that's. And if you get too distracted by the baby oil, you might miss that detail. You know, and it's a scary thing that what gets revealed in this documentary isn't just how bad Diddy was. It's also how bad so many of us want money, fame, something he could dangle over people that really let a lot of this abuse keep going, that really kept a lot of his secrets, that really kept people doing whatever it would take to be in the loop. You know, people can only have a real power over you when they have something that you want. Once you decide that you don't want it that bad or that you're going to get it for yourself, they have nothing over you. And there were people who tried to do that. And so then Diddy would, come at them with violence. At least if I can make you fearful, if I can't make you want anything, if I can make you fearful, I can keep you in line. There's just so many people that have ended up dead. That's kind of like through the documentary sort of laid at Diddy's feet. Like either he's out here having people killed and doing all this stuff, or he's one of the unluckiest people to be around. Like that's, either way, I would never want a track record like that. I would never want people to be like, oh yeah, I bet Josh Johnson a week ago and now I'm real sick. One of the things that's so harrowing about the documentary to me is that you see how long Diddy got away with things that people are saying plainly that he just did. They're saying, no, this thing just happened, and then everyone was acting like it was normal, and everybody was acting like it was normal because apparently it was normal. It was normal for him to do all these things, whether he was beating up somebody, he was abusing somebody, he was stealing from somebody. All these things were like incredibly normal, and it's genuinely terrifying that something like that was able to become normal for a person. But it was able to become normal because there are in instances, it's a hard judgment to pass, but there are certain instances where you see a shade of someone who is big and bad and powerful and using all that power for evil, and you see a shade of that in even some of the people around them that they might be mistreating. There were plenty of people that were like cool with all this mistreatment until it came around to them. Or they were cool with everything that Diddy was doing, as bad as it was. They could look the other way, they just wouldn't acknowledge it, but then they got fired. And there is no Diddy without a bunch of little Diddies running around wanting to be like him, wanting to emulate that sort of thing, wanting to have power just so that they had choice what to do with it. Because one of the things that people with power like to do is they love to rob you of your choices. There's always a choice to a degree. It may not be a choice that you like, but they love to rob the sort of feeling of freedom you have over your choices. You can make very hard choices. Someone could walk up to you and say, give me all your money or I'm going to kill you. And you could say, kill me. You could. It is a choice. Some people would say that's no choice. It is. It is a choice. They said, give me all your money or implies a different outcome. Right? Do this or this. That's your choice. It's not a good choice. Don't get me wrong. It's not something that I envy. It's not even something that I'm saying it's easy to walk away from. It's easy. It's scary. It's scary when someone with power wants something from you or they want to take something from you and you don't know how you're going to survive, right? But they don't get away with this thing. It takes time to become the person that Diddy was. It takes decades. It took him decades. It took everyone looking the other way for little things, then big things for so long that finally he does seem like this unstoppable, unbeatable force. He does beat people down in court. He does beat people down in person, right? But these people can't get to where they are without us. They can't get to where they are without us looking the other way, without us slightly condoning, not quite condemning. They can't get that way without us. These people just don't come out of the woodwork. He started as this kid who didn't even drink, who didn't do drugs, but he had an idea in his head of what a man was and what a powerful man was, and he wanted to be those things at any cost. And so he took it upon himself to start himself down that road. Fast forward 20, 25 years later, This is the type of person who thinks he can beat people in front of cameras. You know? And what does it take to take down a person like that? Because they seem so powerful. They have so much money. Diddy valued at billions, right? What can you do to a billionaire? How do you take a person like that down? One piece at a time. All of us. It takes all of us not looking away. It takes all of us doing something. Well, because people have said in the documentary, people have said in interviews that when Diddy is like in his element, he's untouchable. You would think he was a god. But when you're alone in the room with him, you see, not only is this just a man, this is like still that like kind of scared kid, kind of insecure kid, right? That in no way condones anything that he's ever done. That in no way is like an excuse. I'm just saying that's like the truth. The armor is a facade, you know? One of the craziest things that has happened since the documentary came out is that Ja Rule came out against 50 Cent and called him a snitch for making the documentary, which is not a popular side to take. That is weird. That's a weird thing to say when no one was talking to you at all. That's not a smart career or business move. You saw someone who still hates you produce a documentary for Netflix about someone else they hated that is 4 episodes long. You saw that and you thought to yourself, I'll get involved. Are you out of your mind? I was blown away. Called him a snitch and everything. Ja Rule, by the way, I looked up Ja Rule just to see what was up. Just, you know, I wonder what Ja Rule had been up to because it wasn't rapping, right? And most recently, the last time Ja Rule made headlines was because he got punched at a Brandy and Monica concert on their The Boy Is Mine tour. Where you get punched says a lot about where you are in life. Do you know what I mean? If you're a rapper and you get into a fight at a rap concert, that seems par for the course. If you are a rapper and you get punched backstage at an R&B concert, you must have had it coming. These people are singing melodies. I'm not a fighter, but one of the worst things to do is to get beat up to soft music. Imagine now. Imagine I went to a gospel concert and got slapped. We'd be like, well, he must have had it coming because they're here to worship. This is crazy. You got punched. And then he posted a video of himself, you know, smiling at the camera, showing he didn't have like a mark on him or anything, which would be badass, except you got punched in the back of the head. Like, your face should be fine. If you have damage on your face or being punched in the back of your head, I'm very sorry to report you are dead, sir. That's what happens when you die. If you get hit in the back of the head and it affects the front. Imagine you get punched to Brandy's music. I've talked about it before. You know, I've had fights. You know, I'm not acting like I've won all of them or anything. But imagine if I got whooped to Taylor Swift. You wouldn't be able to respect me. Even when I hear that "You belong with me, son," I flinch. Like, that would change your whole life, getting beat up to Taylor Swift. Or like Maggie Rogers, like you get beat up to some indie music. Would destroy your reputation. I don't even know why would Josh say anything? The last notable thing you did was Fire Festival. Like you you didn't go to jail, but Billy did. But you were his partner. You were in all the pictures with him. It's crazy. The only thing scarier than the documentary is that Diddy's gonna get out. I'm terrified. I've been talking reckless. I really thought he was gonna go down. I was positive. I was positive. I was so sure justice was gonna prevail. You know what I mean? This is crazy. This is crazy. This is so insane. The American justice system had one job, right? One job. Finally, a black dude did everything. And somehow this is the one that slips through the cracks. That's crazy. Do you know what I mean? Do you know how many people I know have been arrested or gone to jail for something slight? They barely had it. But then a jury was like, maybe they did it. Let's send them away. Diddy and OJ are the two people that I've seen where I'm like, guys, what? What? This is crazy. You watch this. It's insane. You watch this documentary and you're like, wow, this dude is a true demon. Like in every sense of the word. Like he's so evil. It's horrible. It's horrible. The things that he did to people. There's never any excuse for it. No matter what your childhood was, no matter how much you're lacking in love, no matter what trauma you've been through. There are people who have always had it worse than other people that don't go about doing like evil business. And because I believe in like forces in a way. I do believe that there are some people that are so pulled to like the worst of their nature that they'll do whatever it takes to feed an ego, to keep a side of themselves quiet that makes them question the things that they're doing, you know? But I also truly believe in balance. I believe in balance. And I don't think that like any man is like truly a saint. All of us have our issues. All of us have our problems, and we have our things that keep us human. We have our mistakes. We have everything that drags a person down, right? So I would never try to put a person on a pedestal or make them some sort of living saint because I don't know what their inner thoughts are. I don't actually know their heart. I don't know if the good that they do is to be seen doing good or if it's to actually put more good in the world. I can't tell you. I have no idea. But because I grew up in a religious home with a grandma that really believed in Jesus. You know, I've seen that picture of Saint Michael stepping on Satan's neck. And I don't know, it just kind of feels like that's what 50 Cent is doing to Diddy. You know what I mean? Like, got the sword and everything.